Hey guys, sorry to jump scare you. Thank you for tuning into the video. I'd like to say I appreciate all the support, subscribers, and likes that I've been getting. It's been really helpful to the channel, and I really appreciate all of you. If you want to support the channel even more, make sure to like and subscribe to this video as well. And if you can watch through to the end or have it on in the background, I really appreciate it, as all of it helps the channel grow and me invest more time into making these videos. I'm hopefully coming out with a different PNG tuber version here that's going to be a little more expressive than just the mouth open, mouth closed. But anyways, I want to keep it nice and short, so let's get on to the video. Thanks again for watching. Hello and welcome on in, everybody. Today we are going to be going over some support card information that I think can help everybody out. If you're struggling with choosing support cards, or if you're struggling with completing careers or getting the A rank that you're looking for, or maybe even trying to move on to A+, or even the coveted S rank that few of us have been fortunate enough to achieve. One of the things to keep in mind is when you first start the game, you will be given a very, very large amount of carrots. I believe if you create a new count now, you get around 14,000 carrots. Well, what do you do with these carrots? When you see them up in the top here, you will have two different options. You'll have the paid carrots and the free carrots. The free carrots are the ones that the game itself give you, and you can use them for any of these green options. The paid carrots are the ones you can use for the orange option here and get a daily discount for pulling. Now, I'm not saying that you should pay for carrots, but if you do, make sure not to spend them all at once and save them so you can get the most out of it and get the biggest discounts on your pulls. Now, when you start, what do you do with these carrots? You can either save them until there is a banner character. Right now, we have the Fantasy, El Condor Pasa, and Grass Wonder, and there is also a brand new banner here with Fuji Kiseki, who is a mile pace runner with a 20% bonus in power. I'm currently pulling for her as well. She's a fantastic banner. I like to make my A rank guide, so the more Umus that I can collect, the better it is for me. But if you don't have a banner character that you believe that you want, I highly suggest not wasting your carrots on pulling for characters that you could play as. Instead, go over to the support card scouting and use your carrots here. Essentially, a good build for support cards that you're going to want to go for is to have under your support card deck on the enhanced menu here, you're going to want at least 3 wit cards that are solid, 3 speed cards that are solid, 2 stamina cards that are solid. Now, you will get a lot of guts and strength, and people all play in their own different ways, so you may want to use some strength cards depending on what you're training. You may want to even use some guts cards with some of the new Umas that have been coming out. But 3 speed, 3 wit, and 2 stamina that are solid, either SSRs or SRs, are going to take you a long way. They'll be able to get you pretty much an A rank with every single character in the game. For instance, if we go to my leveling here, you can see that my highest level cards are my wit cards. There's a reason for that. They give huge bonuses. Die with Scarlet, for instance. Throughout your careers, you'll be able to get mega bonuses with her. She gets mood up events and energy boosts, and that is just wonderful. Motikane Fukuki Taru and Nice Nature are just cards that I somehow managed to pull a ton of while still never getting any of the scouts that I want for my legacy characters, but I digress. That is just something that I'm personally butthurt about. But yeah, so I was dumb enough to trade up Mambo, who is a Guts character. When I first got her, she was the first SSR that I got when I started playing the game, but I didn't know a whole lot about it, and I spent a ton of monies and carrots scouting her, thinking, oh great, she's an SSR, this is going to help me a lot. But nope, not really. I don't think I've actually used her a single time. For my speed cards, I use my Narita Taishin, I use my Silent Suzuka. You can see I don't have a lot of really good speed options here. I got a Boku Pegasus, Biko Pegasus. So you're going to want to scout. I actually use my King Halo over my Biko Pegasus, but scouting those support cards, you'll be able to uncap them, which will increase the levels from 25 to 30, 35 to 40, 45 to 50 in the case of SSRs, and those are going to be hugely beneficial for you in the long run, and those are going to be the cards that you will use the most throughout your career paths, especially if you're following along to any of my A-rank guides, link in the description. When choosing careers and you're choosing which legacy Uma that you're going to want to train, you have to take two things into account when you are choosing your support cards. First of all, what type of racer are they? If you go, you can actually organize these by the distance that they run. You got your long race runners, you got your medium race runners, you have your miles and your sprints. Now, these can all be modified. If you have legacy characters, you can actually increase the aptitudes in some of these. You know, you could technically, if you have the right legacy characters, make specially here a sprinter. I wouldn't recommend it. It's overly complex and completely unneeded, but you know, if you're having fun, that's the name of the game. But when choosing these characters, you're going to want to focus on a few things, and this is the general guide that I go by. For your sprinters, use a 3-wit, 3-speed support card deck. For your miles and your mediums, use a 3-speed, 2-wit, 1 stamina deck. And for your long race runners, use a 3-speed, 1-wit, 2 stamina deck. Now, these are all in reference to my A-rank guides. These are going to take you a long way, as these are going to boost the stats that you need to get in order to complete their career paths. However, if you are going for PvP or trying to build a PvP team, or maybe you're struggling with certain stats, etc., you may want to modify these a little bit. I highly recommend keeping the amount of speed cards for every single playthrough as at least 3. There are certain runs that I've done with some long race characters that are 4 speed, 2 stamina decks, you know, and those are the ones that I'm using as PvP characters because I want their stamina as high as possible. Now, if you're doing the same, you're going to want to click on whatever Uma you are. So if I go to Matikane Fukugitaru and you click details, you can see here what they get bonuses in. For every training, Matikane Fukugitaru is going to get a 20% bonus to her stamina and a 10% bonus to her strength. Whereas Super Creek is going to get a 20% bonus to her wit and a 10% bonus to her stamina. So what does this mean? They're both long race runners. If I'm trying to modify them in a way that I can max out their stats and what is going to be the best PvP wise, I may go with a deck instead of her as a long race having 3-speed, 1-wit, 2 stam. I might actually do a 3-speed, 2-wit, 1 stam because I want to get that wit up so her skills proc, but I also might not need as many cards in stamina since she has a 20% bonus in stamina. And that is going to really carry you a long way. So if I want to do, for instance, a Mayano Top Gun here, when I take a look at her, I'm going to say she gets a 20% bonus to speed or to stamina and a 10% bonus to guts. Very useless. Nobody wants to train guts. But when I choose my legacy characters, I'm going to pick legacy characters that emphasize those abilities. So I'm going to give power, speed in her in her stats here. There's a power and a speed. And then for her support cards, I'm going to go with the general 3-speed, 1-wit, 2 stamina. But if I really am no longer focusing on an A rank and I want to get that stats in every single one of her aptitudes as high as possible, I'm going to maybe add a power card here, because a power card or a strength card, whatever you call it, not only does she get the 20% bonus in strength, but that is going to give you rainbow training, which is an even higher bonus, especially if the power levels go up. The other thing that you want to look for in support cards is going to be what skills they have to offer. For instance, if I hold click on Die with Scarlet here and go to skills, I can see that she has 3 orange, 1 green, 2 blue. If I go over to Nice Nature here, she's got a lot of debuffs and 2 blue. Now, when I'm doing my A rank runs, I don't need debuffs. I need blue skills. Blue skills are going to help you get through races, especially the longer races for shorter distance runners. So if I have to choose which one of these 3 weight cards between Matikane Fukuki Taru, Daiwa Scarlet, and Nice Nature that I'm going to level up, I'm going to choose what skills are going to be most beneficial. Lay Low, Small Breather, not necessarily fantastic blue skills. Calm in a Crowd, Small Breather, and 777s, that's looking a little better. Rosy Outlook and Preferred Position are pretty good, so I'd probably roll my dice between Daiwa Scarlet or Matikane Fukuki Taru, but absolutely make sure you're choosing support cards that have blue skills in them, especially if you're struggling to complete races. So anyways, that is my quick guide for the support cards. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Again, this was pretty much specifically in reference to my A-rank guides and those who are struggling to get past certain points in the races. I appreciate you for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and have a great day.